Hey, YouTube. So, when I did my video speaking on the whole Jamar Pinkney situation, hold on, hold on, hold on. So, all my YouTube watchers, y'all remember the time I did the video based on the video that says the tragic murder of Jamar Pinkney Jr., right? So I did a video reacting to a video I seen called The Tragic Murder of Jamar Pinkney Jr. And a lot of people, like 30 people like my comment, and people are still commenting under it. When I did that video, I wanted to speak on that topic one time and one time only and leave it alone. But for some reason, my comment under this one video got a lot of different comments from people with different opinions about what I said 2 months ago. So this had to be in October. It is now December, and people are still in their feelings about what I said. Now, mind you, I'm not going to get too far deep into the story, but Jamar Pinkney is a teenage boy who was killed by his own father after admitting that he was SAing, I'm pretty sure y'all know what I mean by that, his younger sister. Y'all can watch the video. It's called The Tragic Murder of Jamar Pinkney Jr. Y'all can watch the video to get further into the story. I'm pretty sure it's all over the place. So, 2 months ago, I'm going to read the comments. I need my glasses because I can't really see shit. You know what? As a matter of fact, why am I doing this when I could do this? Hold on, because I want y'all to see this fuckery just so y'all know I'm not lying when people piss me the fuck off. Where's the comment at? So this is I don't want to get copyrighted for using somebody else's video, but I'm gonna go to these comments. I'm gonna go to these comments. So it says, "What in the world was the parents doing to these children for this young kid to end up doing that to his younger sister? This is too much, and I don't know how to respond other than feeling so damn bad about what happened to the children. What in the hell?" Cloudy ZX2774 said, "I hate people who blame the parents every time a child does something wrong. There are plenty of rapists out there who aren't sexually abused. Who weren't sexually abused. He was a pervert, and the dad saved girls from being raped in the future. Therapy won't help a sexual deviant. The daughter is a real victim here, not the pervert." So I commented responding to Cloudy ZX2774 and say, "You can hate me all you want. I could care less." Clearly, the boy seeing this shit be. Hold on. Where's my glasses at? Because I barely could see this. I don't even know where the hell them damn glasses are. I need something. These ain't it. I need my glasses. There's something over here. Where the fuck is my glasses at? Them damn glasses gotta be some fucking weird. These are only two things I've worn. So where the hell could the damn glasses be? This is my wallet. That's that. Where the fuck? I hate when I lose something. Where the fuck are these damn glasses at? They gotta be somewhere. Oh. Alright, my bad. So I said, you can hate me all you want. I could care less. Clearly, the boy has seen this shit being done somewhere for him at 15 years old to think it's okay to sexually abuse his younger sister. Who was he around? Who did he learn it from? It could have been the parents or someone he was around. And it is the parents' fault because they should have kept an eye on their children to make sure they not getting into shit they shouldn't be doing. Even if boys sleep in one room and girls sleep in the other. Nowadays, these fucking parents don't be caring. They will tell the kids to go somewhere while adults are conversing. The kids are on Lord knows what because the adults aren't around, and when some shit happened, everyone all confused. I grew up around situations where motherfuckers did shit and had this do not tell mindset. The only difference is my ass my ass fight back. I don't tolerate none of that sneaky shit. I grew up in the households where when parents will invite their adult friends over and the kids had to go away. Go what? Go play while adults were conversing. Sorry. Due to situations like this, the boys were forced to be in one room and the girls in another. You don't know what the fuck the kids are doing because as an adult, the last thing you remember was telling them to go somewhere while adults are conversing. There's a lot more to this story that wasn't told. So before you want to hate on someone, take the time to understand why a person would think that way before getting mad because they feel like the parents should take some blame for a situation like this happening. Sorry, y'all. My eyes ain't the best, especially reading these little words, but I have to address this on YouTube. So Marcia Wade said the 15-year-old was a victim of something, no matter how you slice it. On the parts of the parents, probably neglect and abandonment. The kid's part seems like some sort of jealousy of the stepsister. Y'all one said agree 100%. Don't, I'm only halfway through, but why would you automatically go for the parents? Like I mentioned before, a child is told right and wrong by the parents, and no matter how old Jamar is, the parents should have always kept their eyes on both children. Where are they when the incident was happening? How could this happen without them knowing? As a child, I grew up in households where family friends were over very often. Adults will tell the children to go somewhere and play while adults are talking. So of course, the kid did what they were told. You would have some kids who would build close bonds with another family member who probably do not live in the same household, and they would like, I mean, they would what? They would like to spend the night over the other person's house. Kids sleep in the same rooms where both genders will sleep in the same room. Some households will have boys in one room and girls in another. Who knows how the household was with Jamar and his family? Due to adults being in one, I mean, what? Due to adults being in one area and the kids in other situations do happen. The adults may have been drinking, smoking, and doing what adults do while the kids are unsupervised and sneaky shit was happening. Then you have the older children blackmailing the younger kids so they do not get snitched on for doing shit they know they will get. I mean, that will get them in trouble. All right, anyway, because hold on, that can be anything. I do not blame them fully, but they do have to take some responsibility for what had taken place with the teenage boy and get an understanding of what in the hell would make him do such a thing. And this is coming from someone who grew up being attacked by older relatives. Then somebody said, if the dad murdered his own son, who's to say the dad wasn't abusing his son? The dad is obviously violent, so why would he be abusive? It's a lot of comments. Some people were born perverts and the parents didn't do anything to make them that way. However, I agree something definitely wrong with the mother and grandmother. They acted as if molesting a baby is no biggie. The dad's a hero and savior of his future victims. I agree the little boy wasn't the only victim, which is why the dad act appropriate. Mm. Somebody said, I agree with you. Jamar Jr. learned this predatory behavior from somewhere or someone. Sometimes these parents out here expose their children to people they shouldn't be around. So, an hour ago, edited by Sweet Coca said, "You sound, I mean, Cash for Your Majesty, you sound crazy as hell. No parent can watch their child 24/7 in their sleep. And yeah, just blame all the parents whose children are victims of sexual assault because the parent must have wasn't watching the kids. Just slow. It's a lot of comments. I don't feel like reading everything because, like I said, I barely could see. These are not prescription glasses. But I said, first of all, Sweet Coca, I'm not blaming all parents whose children are victims of sexual assault. I have friends who are victims. I have family members who admitted to me that they are victims. At the end of the day, he was a teenager and he should have been sleeping. He shouldn't have been sleeping or even in the same room with an underage female. He should have had his own room or shared a room with male relatives. There isn't a damn thing slow about me, and I bet you would think I sound crazy because you're probably one of them dumb-minded people who think the same way his father thought as he killed his own fucking flesh and blood. The same way you watch a fucking newborn baby, these parents should have watched the teenager so he wouldn't have thought it was cool to molest his younger sister. So I hope I don't get copyrighted. I do not own the copyrights to this story. I don't own the copyrights to this video, but I want to play the video on my channel to let y'all know what's going on.
15-year-old Jamar Pinkney Jr. was born in Wayne County, Michigan, to his parents Lizette Cherry and Jamar Pinkney Sr. His father also shared a 3-year-old daughter with another woman. Jamar was a sophomore at Martin Luther King High School in Detroit who passed his courses with A's, B's, and C's. He was described as an articulate boy who was always smiling, throwing a football in the neighborhood, and worried about his grades. His family knew him for his entertaining personality and selfless kindness. He competed as a wrestler since he was 4 and played football since he was 6. In the early hours on a Monday, Jamar was up late speaking with his mother in the comfort of their home. In their long conversation, guilt loomed over Jamar, and he confessed to his mother about something horrible that he did. He had sexually assaulted his 3-year-old half-sister. Upon hearing his confession, his mother noted that he seemed remorseful of his actions and requested therapy, but she was adamant that he told his father. As she picked up the phone to call his father, Jamar began to pray. After telling his father of his confession, Jamar got on the phone and asked, "Daddy, can you please forgive me in your heart? Forgive what I did." According to his mother, Jamar loved his father so much and there was nothing that he wouldn't do for him. She told his father that this isn't something you sweep under the rug. From then, the phone call ended and conversations were set to resume in the morning. Jamar Pinkney Sr. was a mailman working out of the North End Post Office in Detroit since 1994. He has never had any problems at work. One of his neighbors described him as a friendly and attentive father who was often seen working on his house. Others said he often helped neighbors shovel snow and cut grass and bought kids ice cream. Around 10 a.m. in the morning, Jamar's mother called a family meeting to decide what to do with his confession. As everyone was leaning towards the option of therapy, his father angrily arrived in the house with the news that the 3-year-old's mother wanted to press charges. The rest of the family decided to leave the room to give Jamar's parents the opportunity to speak with their child alone. His father looked at him and said, "Jamar, is there something you want to tell me?" Jamar then got on his knees and said, "I'm sorry." The father then asked, "What did you do?" And Jamar replied, "I humped the girl. I need counseling." His father didn't immediately respond, but then he broke the silence and replied, "You want to hump on somebody? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how it feel." Suddenly he snapped in the heat of anger and brought out his gun. He began kicking, punching, and beating Jamar with the pistol. Eventually, the screams and commotion caught the attention of his aunt, who previously left the room. She rushed down the stairs to find the father holding a handgun and beating on Jamar as he was begging for him to stop. His father started yanking his pants off, and Jamar was then forced to strip the rest of his clothes off. Throughout the whole ordeal, Jamar's mother and aunt tried to stop the father from beating his son and at one point shoved him. But Jamar Sr. pointed the gun towards them and threatened them to back away before he opened fire. Once Jamar was stripped naked, his father marched him outside to a vacant lot near the house where he ordered Jamar to get on his knees. In terror, Jamar began panicking and begging his father for mercy with the gun aimed at the back of his head. At that point, Jamar's mother and auntie started screaming at Jamar Sr. to stop and think about what he's doing. In the midst of the commotion, Jamar screamed, "No, Daddy, no." But none of their cries mattered when the father let out a single gunshot to the back of Jamar's head. After he shot the gun, he stood over Jamar's body while waving the gun at his mother and aunt to make sure that no one came to his aid. After some time passed, the father finally left, and Jamar's mother and auntie rushed to his side. As they held his lifeless body, they could see the blood spilling from his mouth and attempted to cover him to keep him warm until aid came. Unfortunately, 15-year-old Jamar was already pronounced dead at the scene. Jamar Sr., on the other hand, called his friend who worked for the fire department and arranged a way to willingly turn himself into the police. After the shooting, Jamar's mother recalled his father calling her phone with a chilling message, mistaking her for the 3-year-old's mother, saying, "Yeah, I took care of that." Realizing it was the wrong number, he hung up and turned himself in the following day. On November 23rd, a funeral service was held for Jamar where 1,600 peers and neighbors mourned his untimely death. The principal of his high school attended, saying of Jamar, "He was generous, he was kind." Many of the children claimed him as their best friend. They said any time that they had a down moment, it was Jamar that came up to them, giving them a hug and making them feel better. On November 18th, Jamar Pinckney Sr. was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, 3 counts of felonious assault, and 1 count of felony firearm. During Jamar Sr.'s testimony, he said that when Jamar initially confessed over the phone, it took him about an hour and a half to do so. At first, they questioned Jamar and he denied doing anything. But later in the call, Jamar admitted to molesting his sister and then asked for his father's forgiveness. Jamar Sr. then reported the confession to his daughter's mother, which prompted her to seek pressing charges against Jamar. When he went to the apartment, he shared the news and confronted Jamar once again about what happened. Allegedly, it was then that Jamar shared more details and told his father, "I got up from the couch and went into the bedroom. I pulled my shorts and my underwear off and got on top of her." It was at that moment, Jamar Sr. recalled, that he lost it. In Jamar's confession, however, others recalled that he stated he never raped his half-sister and that he kept his clothes on. Police stated that the sexual misconduct accusations weren't part of their investigation. But for many who knew Jamar, it did not temper the grief and outrage of his young life being cut short. Jamar Pinckney Sr.'s lawyer attempted to pursue a crime of passion defense so that his charges could be reduced to voluntary manslaughter. His defense stood on the belief that his son's confession would have driven anyone crazy, stating, "There is no rational response to the rape of a child." He was immediately remorseful and didn't seek to hide. He turned himself into the police. Prosecutor Kim Worthy stated, "No individual has the right to execute the death penalty on another, no matter how reprehensible the behavior. That's why we have laws." On April 15th, Jamar Pinckney Sr. was found guilty on the lesser charge of second-degree murder and was sentenced to 37 to 80 years in prison. The judge in the case told the court he beat him. stripped him naked, and paraded him down the street. The only inference which can be drawn is to humiliate him and take his life. The jury concluded that while he may have been angry at Jamar's confession of what he did to his daughter, he was aware of it from the phone call several hours beforehand and had time to reflect on it and discuss it with Jamar and his mother. Thus, they found that he was not acting in the heat of passion without time for reflection.
This is all I have left of my son. But most of all, I'll never hear his voice again. I'll never see his smile. He took that away from me. And this is all I have left of his voice. As parents are here to protect our kids, talk to them. If they can't come to us, who can they come to? He honors his father, respect him. That's why he didn't run away. But he took matters into his hands. He was the judge, the jury, and the execution.
Jamar is a coward, a weak man, and a foolish man. He killed his son over lust.
Before Jamar Sr. was taken away, he apologized to his family and said that he would be forever haunted by what he had done.
I'm emotionally torn because I love and miss my son also. I don't think people understand that. I am horrified by what I did and beat myself emotionally every day.
Jamar's mother said, "I hope he rots in jail." And of her son, she said, "He did not deserve that." Jamar Pinckney Sr. is still in prison and will not be eligible for parole until 2046. May little Jamar rest in peace and his family have found healing since the tragedy. And thank you all for your patience and for watching.
All right. So that was the video. Like I said, I don't own the copyright to that story. I don't own the copyright to this video. I just wanted to use the video in order to let people know what I was referring to. I don't know if there's any other. I don't know if there's any other videos speaking on this. I guess that's the only video when it comes to YouTube speaking on it. No, they're all right.
Jamar Pinckney Sr., silent and somber as he entered 30th District Court in Highland Park, where he pled not guilty to murdering his 15-year-old son execution style.
I just see, you seen the look on his face. No expressions of nothing, just cold-hearted murder.
Outside, family and loved ones of the boy's mother, angry, sad, asking how a father could kill his own son.
I think he need to rot in jail. Ain't good enough for him.
It's possible revenge may have been the motive. Family members told investigators that 15-year-old Jamar Pinckney Jr. confessed to his mother on Monday that he inappropriately touched his half-sister, a 3-year-old little girl, at his father's Detroit home. When the mother called Pinckney Sr. to tell him, family members told police the father showed up with a gun, stripped the boy naked, and beat him. Pinckney Sr. is now accused of taking the boy out to a field by the house and shooting him execution style. Also, he's charged with threatening other family members. Jamar Pinckney Jr.'s aunt says the teen was great with children and a good boy. She believes someone got the story wrong. She doesn't think that the teen would ever molest anyone.
Can you ever believe that he would do something to his own?
No, I can't believe that. I don't believe it. I think it's a bunch of crap.
Lawyers for Pinckney Sr. say they don't have all the details, but their client is not a cold-blooded killer.
In the event that there's evidence that he did do this and there was some adequate provocation, that's something that either a jury, a judge, or a prosecutor would have to take a good hard look at.
Fox 2 News starts now.
He honored his father, respect him. That's why he didn't run away. But he took matters into his hands. He was the judge, the jury, and the execution.
Jamar Pinckney Sr. admits to stripping his teenage son, marching him to a vacant lot, and shooting him as the boy begged for his life. Today, the Highland Park father told the judge he's sorry for what he did.
And as Fox News' Ronnie Dowell shows us, he'll have a long time in prison to think about it.
This is all I have left for my son. But most of all, I'll never hear his voice again. I'll never see his smile. He took that away from me. And this is all I have left for his voice.
Jamar Pinckney Jr.'s mom, Lynette Cherry, couldn't hold back her tears. On November 16, 2009, she witnessed her first child being killed execution style by his own father, a man her son looked up to.
We as parents are here to protect our kids. Talk to them. If they can't come to us, who can they come to? He honors his father, respect him. That's why he didn't run away. But he took matters into his hands. He was the judge, the jury, and the execution.
Jamar is a coward, a weak man, and a foolish man. He killed his son over lust.
Family members packed Judge Sullivan's courtroom. They talked about Jamar Jr., his short life. 37-year-old Jamar Pinckney Sr. showed little emotion during the sentencing hearing, but he did tell the judge he failed his son and will be forever haunted by his actions.
I'm emotionally torn because I love and miss my son also. I don't think people understand that. I am horrified by what I did and beat myself emotionally every day.
Wayne County Circuit Court Judge Brian Sullivan sentenced Pinckney Sr. to 35 to 80 years behind bars. He'll be eligible for parole in 37 years when he's 75 years old. In downtown Detroit, Ronnie Dahl, Fox 2 News.
All right. You got a few videos speaking on this topic. I don't know what video does what. This one says part 3. I don't know. So it's like I said, it's a few videos speaking on the topic, but at the end of the day, like I said, I was not there. I'm just thinking about. I'm just thinking, and from my understanding, anything could have happened. Anything. He was about 14, 15 years old. It's his half sister. She's 3. No, I'm gonna have to do a part 2. I'll get back to y'all.